Oh, so I am live on Facebook already. I just sent out the link. There's going to be a lot of like dead quiet while I'm waiting for folks to log in. For those of you that do not know, Zoom is not working, which if I had said that like a year ago, everyone would have been like, But if you want to strike fear into the hearts of every public education teacher in Bakersfield, California, you say the 3 words, Zoom is down. So hopefully our class will have a chance to log in this way. I have streamed to YouTube before through Zoom.
Have you really?
Yes. But I have never done a live stream on YouTube before. So please indulge me with your patience, your kindness, and this will be recorded for posterity. Our class doesn't start for another 10 minutes. So I'm not going to keep talking the whole time and fill the space. But as more folks log in, yes, you heard it here. You heard it first. Zoom is down. If you have school-age children, let them keep sleeping. I have tried to log in about, I'd say 30 times in the last hour, just to get our class session started to be on early for office hours. Now, if you have a Gmail account, you're actually able to chat live in our YouTube stream. If you do not have a Gmail account, you can't. But fear not. I'm going to put in the chat box, which will appear live on the side, the instructions for remind.com. I know, I have you using
Mortals.
Fear not, mortals. Your public speaking teachers got this. So listen, I would be like, oh, whatever. We just don't have class today. The world is ending. There is ash falling from the sky. We cannot see the sun. There's a deadly pandemic and you can't even log into the internet. But we only meet 7 times ever. So legally, I can't cancel class today and still pass you all. They would cancel our class. So let's not let that happen. Let's say, you know what? We will solve this problem. We will log on YouTube. We will watch the video later. We will text our teacher. Like, we're on this. We can figure this out. Technology is not smarter than us. We've got smartphones. So please don't panic. For those of you just logging in, Zoom is down. Every single time I say it, it feels more ominous. Zoom is down. Dead. You know what? My poor 13-year-old daughter is going into 8th grade today. And she has been up for an hour, like putting on eye makeup, like putting on new Vans that nobody will see. And listen, she was already excited about her brand new pair of Vans that nobody was going to see. And now, like, literally no one is going to see them because, you know, there's no video chatting. Okay, so there's about 7 of us logged in. Considering class doesn't start for 10 minutes, I'm pretty stoked that like a third of the people in the class are logged in. Like, y'all are killing it this morning. If you're asking yourself, hey, I just clicked a video. I think this is my small group communication professor from Bakersfield College. That is me, Dr. Cruz Boone, Bakersfield College, Department of Communication. If you are registered for CRN, our CRN is 73854, which is an 8-week class. We only meet on video once a week. So we only meet on video on Mondays, but we also have Labor Day during our class. So we'll only meet online 7 times ever to do all of our speeches and listen to me talk. So that's this class. I just put it in the chat box, our CRN number, and it's Mondays from August through October. So if you have questions for me, please feel free to put them in the chat. I am keeping an eye on those, as well as, oh, okay. Hey, I just got word that some people are able to log into Zoom. So I'm going to try. Because it will be more interactive for us. But I don't have to close this to go into Zoom. Let's try. Is it going to open? Nope, it's still not opening for me. So John, Zoom is still not working for me, but we should try to have the kids log into their classes because it might be Confer Zoom. It might be the community college one is down. Wouldn't that just be like the pits that just our community college one is down? But if everyone else is in Zoom, then we're only fighting the like Fortniters by being in YouTube live. So there we go. Okay, so our class doesn't start for about 7 more minutes. I was also going to put in the box, though, for those of you who might not have gotten it yet, I need to send an email out. So I might have a little bit of like quiet time. I'll put some music on in the background or something just to. What would be a good song to like not lose our energy for this? Anxiety? No, I should put on some like cool jazz, like it's a waiting room. I need a song to think of to put on in the background while I email.
Right? So now the thing that's clicked to me is like I am so much more impressed with Twitch streamers now.
Oh yeah, mad fat respect for Twitch streamers because you're doing like you're playing video games, managing a chat, and talking to everyone simultaneously. I always kind of made fun of these videos that my son watches, but now I'm like, oh my gosh, how do these people do it? Okay, I also want to see if there's a way. How do I share my screen? How to. Twitchers do it. Or they're not called Twitchers. I don't know what they're called. Streamers. See music. So guys, my class can hear you and I'm live on YouTube. So maybe don't bicker in the background. Just a suggestion. We still have about 6 minutes till class starts.
If you manage a team.
But if you're logged in, you're doing great. Those are my kids. Hey, Nate, you want to come say hi to my students? They're asking about you. Because they can hear you in the background. Here, come wave. Say like, first day of school, drama.
Hi.
He's pretending to be shy. I think it's because it's early in the morning. Oh, jazz makes you too sleepy. You're not pretending to be shy? Okay, he's not pretending to be shy. Mother faux pas first thing in the morning. Okay, let's see here. So how about classical music? Oh, I don't like this music. I was looking for, no. I was looking for techno Twitch music. I don't know.
Just put on your Homeland soundtrack.
Why don't you put something on the record player? That way I don't have so many tabs open.
Oh.
Just so that I'm not super stressing myself. Because I keep trying to open. I'm still holding on to hope. We do have 11 people, which is, there are 26 people registered in the class. So 11 people being logged in is fabulous. I'm Dr. Cruz Boone. Welcome for those of you who just joined us. This is our small group communication class. This is what we're going to do this morning. And hopefully it's going to work. Because I keep trying to log into Zoom and that's not working. So this is our backup plan. And hopefully I'll be able to do everything from there. Oh, no. Okay. I'm not. Hang on air. Hangout on air will let me share, but it won't let me share this one. That's a problem. Okay, well, let me send an email right now to people in the class.
You could mail your PowerPoint.
Well, it's not just a PowerPoint, like it's multiple steps of walking them through things. Oh, this is like so inconvenient, but that's okay. I will do a walkthrough of our class website. So the school did email me less than a minute ago to let me know that Zoom is down. We knew that a half hour ago. They're going to let us know when it's stable. We're not holding our breath. We're just going to go ahead and do this our way. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Sorry. Thank you, Captain Obvious. All this. I just opened my email to send an email to the folks who aren't here yet. And all the emails say Zoom is down, problems. I like opened it from our head of technology for all 3 incorporated colleges. And it was like a longer email. So I start reading it and I get to Yes, Zoom is down. Here's why. We all know why. We all know this is happening. Nathan, the music's a little too loud. Could you turn down the record player for me?
I got it.
Okay, let's see if we have any good comments. Hello, Professor. Oh, my mom's a teacher in Panama Buena Vista. Zoom's down for them. Crud. Can you imagine all of Panama Buena Vista and BCSD is down too? So there are a couple people. So Phoebe, I know there are a few people in the Zoom meeting. I got an email about that and tried to click the link. It wouldn't let me in. So it's great that some people are getting in, but it doesn't work if I can't get in. So that's a problem. It can only handle so many people getting in, and I'm not one of the people it can handle. So I totally understand that some people are successfully in Zoom. My husband, his principal, is successfully in Zoom. My daughter's teacher is successfully in Zoom right now, but my daughter's not able to get in. A couple of my students are in, but I'm not in. So it's not by section, it's by person. It can't handle all the users. Everyone trying to log in at the same time jammed up the system. They thought they had the infrastructure, but apparently they don't. Lies. They just wanted our money. I don't know. Actually, I've been using Zoom for the last 2 years. I love it. I did a bunch of training on how to use Zoom for people because I was like, Zoom's my jam. And here I am on YouTube. So the big problem with YouTube in the live streaming that I just started, yeah, it's totally random, Phoebe. It's all, so some folks who have Gmail accounts are texting me in the live chat on the right-hand side of the screen, and that's awesome. Another way that you can message me is through remind.com. And so I'm checking those messages. I have my phone live next to me as well. I'm not going to post that on our chat box or say it publicly because I don't know if anyone will go back and watch this and like troll our class. So if you need it, I will email it to you. Or I'll put it in the chat box if you really need it. But if someone asks for it, I'll put the remind info. What the heck does that mean? Remind info. There's an application called remind.com. If you have kids, you probably have already used it. I'm a millennial. I love text messaging. So I would prefer you send me a text over an email if you ever have an issue. Like that's the best way to reach me. But unfortunately, normally I do a whole step-by-step of here's you log on to Remind. I don't have a way to do that. So I'm going to do like a total, general live lecture it is 7:45. Our class is starting now. Let's see. We have 16 people in. So let's give it 2 more minutes. So time certain, if we are either at 20 people, well, let's make it, I'd really like it to be at least 23. Let's make 23 is a good goal. So if we're at 23 people or, and I'm not going to talk for the full 3 hours. Obviously, I can't do everything in 3 hours. But what I'm hoping I'll do is give you a general overview, and then we'll take a little break, do an activity, and then Justin, yo, what's up? Do you have your hand raised because you have a question? Or are you just saying, yo? So I'm going to do a little mini lecture, give you some overviews, give you some activities, and then have everyone log back in, hopefully. Yeah, I'm on the live, but it won't let me sign in. Oh, that's a bummer. I don't know why it won't do that. Tasha, sometimes it won't let you sign in because you don't have the right kind of Gmail account. Like I know we have Gmail through our Bakersfield College account, but sometimes it won't let you sign in to send a message. But sending me a message through Remind is just as effective. Let's see. Okay. And Daniel, I am getting your messages as well. So y'all are doing a great job keeping in touch with me. We're at 19. We're killing it. Maybe I don't need to send an email. I'm going to send an email just for posterity, just to tell everyone, hey, sorry, it actually is down. So this will take me just a second. I have to look up your emails again. Seven, 3, 8, 5, 4 is our class. I sent an email to the wrong class about all of your class information earlier this week. So now I'm all like triple double check. the CRN like 6 times because it's also an 8-week class, but I sent the wrong. So I felt really bad. I was like, no, you don't have a Zoom tomorrow at 7. Joke's on them. There is no Zoom anyway. Okay, this is tricky. I'm not sure how I'm going to take roll to make sure. Well, I'll take roll in 2 different ways. Well, but Tasha just messaged me, so I know she's here. Who is the other person who just messaged me? Just got a message from. Oh, Tasha, you will not be dropped, I promise. Let's see here, Daniel. Listen, I know this is all so super inconvenient, but this is going to be the semester. Things are not always going to go perfectly. I will try to pivot. I will try to make it all work. Okay, so I just sent an email to everyone who's registered in the class. It's causing my computer to lag for a second, so give me just 1 second while it does the little spinny wheel. So Kendall Vargas is here, and Phoebe Gillian is here, and Justin is here. If I say your name wrong out loud when I'm, oh, Justin, why can't I find you on my list? Do you have a different last name? I don't have a Sabadarian on this list. So Justin, I don't have you on my roster. Make sure that you are logged into the right class. Oh, you're just here chilling. That's cool. Join me in the chaos that is my morning. Are you here to gloat and be like, hey, let's see what this teacher is doing? It'll be funny. Jasmine, you're here. Okay, gotcha. So Jasmine's here. Phoebe's here. Kendall's here. Who else said here? Okay, so those are the only ones. I know there's more of you. Oh, Veronica's here. Thank you, Veronica. Veronica is Ordaz. Veronica. Fantasia. Such a cool name. Oh, you're waitlisted. Okay, cool. Jacob Flattery. I didn't see you on the waitlist this morning, Justin. So I have an open seat in the class. If you log into Inside BC right now, take that seat. You'll instantly be in the class. Because I don't know why, but I don't see you this morning. Let's see. Ars Du Sidiou is here. So Arshdeep I got. Tashelle I got. Let's see. Okay, let me double check this. So I have Tashelle is here. Tasha is here. I haven't seen an Alexander. Alexander, if you're here, give me a what's up. Adrian, I don't see. Okay, but Daniel, you're here. Fantasia, you're here. Is there a Karina? I don't see Karina. So I don't see a Karina. I don't see Alexander. I don't see Adrian. Is there an Angel? I don't see an Angel. I don't see Cora. Oh, Brianna Martinez is here. Gotcha, Brianna. Okay, so I don't see Cora. I don't see Vanessa Garcia, but Phoebe, you're here. I don't see Alvaro. Is Alvaro here? No. Okay, I don't see Ronaldo, but I got Jasmine. I don't see Luis Macias. Oh, Brittany, you're here. Brittany's here. Oh, it's Brittany and Brianna. I got, okay. So Alvaro I've got. I'm sorry, whoever's watching live, that this is super boring, but role is an important part of life. Okay, so let's see here. Jasmine, you're here. Lewis, you're here. No, Lewis is not here. Did I see a Lewis? I don't see Lewis, and I didn't get a message from Lewis. It's okay if you can't log into chat. You can always use your phone to message me through Remind or send me a message through email. Let me know that you're watching live. I'm checking those both in real time as well. I'm just doing this to check really quickly. Ooh, I just got a bunch of messages. Yes. Yes. Okay, Vanessa, I just got you. Vanessa is here. Woot. Okay, Brianna, you're here. Michelle, you're here. Okay, I got you. So Alvarado, I don't have Ronaldo. I don't have Lewis. Marina Ortiz, are you here? Daniel Cardenas, you are here. Okay, gotcha. Marina, I don't have Ignacio Rodriguez. Any Ignacios out there? Pedro Rodriguez, any Pedros? Pedro in the house? Kayla Sanchez? No. Mariana? No. Nicole? Gabriel Vargas? I swear Gabriel Vargas messaged me. Maybe I'm crazy. Oh, Cora Garcia, you're here. Okay, gotcha. I'm probably killing your name, Cora. I'm really sorry about that. K Garcia, I got you. And Aurora, I thought I had you. Where am I not seeing you? Aurora Alejandra. Aurora, I don't see your name in the class. Make sure that you're logged into the correct class. So I have you, Aurora, you sure you're not registered for my late start class that starts in, I had sent an email. It's totally my fault. I wasn't looking that I had a note that said 8-week class, and I didn't realize I had 2 8-week classes. So I emailed the wrong class first. And I think that might be what's happening with Daniel. Okay, so let's see. So I still don't see Alexander, but I did write your name down. There's an open seat in this class if you want to join it. Let's see, Brittany Martinez, I did get. Okay, the roll step is done. I will double check this. I'm also going to double check roll a second way, which is I'm going to log into Canvas and see who does the activities that I assign. Usually we do them together during class. That's going to be a little bit trickier for you to do them live. But they are activities you should be able to do from your phone with the Canvas app right away. Okay, give me 20 seconds. I'm going to turn off the jazz music. It relaxes me, but some of y'all were like, ooh, that makes me sleepy. So we don't want you to be sleepy. Okay, welcome to small group communication at Bakersfield College. This is an 8-week accelerated class. That is super stressful under normal circumstances. But combine that with the fact that we are living through a global pandemic and the internet is not working and the ash is falling from the sky and the global economy is crashing, just makes it a little more stressful. So I will do whatever I can to make things whatever I can do to help you learn, I'm going to do. I have a certain level of rigor and I have certain assignments that I just can't not do. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to show you as much grace as I hope that you are showing me. And I feel like you are showing me by logging onto YouTube this morning. So like I said, I'm probably only going to talk till about 8:30. But then I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do the activities that are usually done during the first day of class. And then hopefully we'll be able to log onto YouTube and I can show you in real time our class website and everything else. The downside of going live on Facebook like this in a hurry, or on YouTube like this in a hurry, is that I can't share my screen. So I can't just show you what is on our class website. Mad props to, I'm sorry, I'm a child of the 90s, so sometimes it shows up in my vernacular, but still, mad props to the two of you that texted me yesterday and were like, hey, I don't see the class website that you're talking about. Apparently, it wasn't appearing for half of you. So as soon as folks let me know, I was on the road, but as soon as I got home, I fixed it and messaged you right away. So a couple things, I'm Dr. Chris Cruz Boone. The best way to reach me is via text using the Remind app, or you can message me through Canvas. Now, be honest, write it in the chat box or raise your hand, make a thumbs down. I don't know. Let's do, say, you can do either just say, I've never used Canvas. If you are in the chat box or use Remind, and you are one of the people who has never used Canvas, the learning management system for Bakersfield College. So it's our version of Google Classroom, or it's our version of Blackboard, or it's our version of, whatever closed circuit learning system you've used before. If you've never used Canvas before, ever, please make a comment in the chat box so that I know. So we'll give folks a second to do that. So the thing I wanted to start class with today, I really wanted to start, never. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to talk about that, and let's see here. Awesome. Okay. Justin, I'm so stoked you got into the class. That's awesome. Okay, so to get into the class website, oh, good. Okay. I'm so glad I asked this question because if you've never used Canvas, it's all what? Okay. So first, you're going to go to the Bakersfield College. Okay. I so appreciate this, y'all. The Bakersfield College website. So that's just www.bakersfieldcollege.edu. So you're just going to go to the Bakersfield website, and you can even minimize me. You'll probably still hear my voice, but you can open up on your cell phone or your computer, whatever you're using, go to the Bakersfield College website. And in the left-hand corner, it says Bakersfield College, and it looks like a little lock, like a little padlock. So you're going to log inside BC from the BC homepage. It is the little padlock looking symbol in the corner. And honestly, it's so funny. Stuff is huge on the homepage. And there's buttons and there's like pictures and there's like arrows. This is none of those things. It's literally in the very corner. It's this tiny little black writing that says Inside BC. It's the same place you go to register for classes. It's the same place you go to check your grades. If you were registered at your high school or a counselor did it all for you, you probably haven't gone in through this portal before, but this is the easiest way. So Inside BC, that little corner like lock, once you've done that, then you'll see it'll say My Courses in white writing will be the second. There'll be like a new menu and it'll say My Courses. And when you scroll over that, you should see Our Class as an option to click on. So once you've logged in, just like you were going to register for a class, or you've logged in just like, and let me send out, I'm making myself a note. When we have our little break to do some activities on Canvas, I will send you an email of how to log in so that if you are still having trouble, even after I did this little mini walkthrough, I'm not showing it to you. So I'll send you a walkthrough with some photos of how to log in for the first time. So just like registering for classes, you go to the BC website, you click in the corner where it says Inside BC at the lock. Then it'll open up your menu and it'll say Inside BC is one option, My Courses is another option, Tools is another option. You want to click the box that says My Courses. It has like a triangle pointing down. So there's like a white triangle pointing down. When you right click that, a list of classes comes down and that's your Canvas. That's your link. And I know Canvas is like a weird, all your teachers are gonna be like, oh, it's on Canvas. The syllabus is on Canvas. Canvas just means we have our own private server where all of our class materials are at. So everything is just hidden inside this little folder and you don't have to worry about that, okay? So were most of you, well, actually, I can check this right now. Were most of you able to log in? Let's see. I can check and see. Just go, it takes a second. I'm checking our class website to see who was successfully able to log in. So, and let's see, I have 1, 2, 5, 7, 10. I have 14 people on the class roster, 15 people. I forgot to add Justin on the class. I added Justin and Aurora, so that's 17. So I have 17 people. Someone is missing off my roll sheet. So if you log in late, please let me know. Okay, so Alexander, I thought was here. So nope, Alexander's not here. Fabulous. Okay, let's see here. Karina, are you here? Karina's not here. Y'all are killing it. Look at this. Not only were you like, ain't no thing, we'll log into YouTube. We don't need no stinking Zoom, but you have almost all of you have successfully logged into Canvas. Everyone who is here on my roster sheet has at least logged into Canvas once. Most of you just a few minutes ago. So even though you couldn't see me, you followed my instructions like a boss. You're doing great. Okay, well, this was a super important first step because everything for the class is warehoused inside Canvas. This first couple weeks of school, I like to email people in their Bakersfield College email addresses, but after probably the third week of school, I just send you text message links to Zoom, and I post announcements with the link in Canvas. So one of the easiest ways to get into Zoom is through Canvas. So we talked about like, how do we find it? Another fun fact, I think that the app for student Canvas users is super user friendly. So if you use your smartphone for everything, and if you're primarily going to use a smartphone for this class, then a smart way to stay on top of the class information is to download the app. And so you just download the app and then you put in your Bakersfield College like email, you set a password, and it will automatically sync up with your classes. And it's super cool because you know how you like get push notifications from Facebook or like from a game that you're playing that, hey, double the points if you log in and like play now. You can get those same kind of push notifications from Canvas, but it'll be like, hey, you have an assignment that's past due. Hey, there's a speech coming up next week. So it will remind you that things are coming up for the class. So, you know, I did have one or two people text me this morning. So that's actually, let me stop. That was a lot of information. Most of you successfully logged into Canvas. So I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling like we're succeeding this morning. You are succeeding this morning. But I just also wanted to mention the app. If the app like gives you anxiety and you're like, whoa, I just figured out the website. Slow your roll, teacher lady. That's cool. Do what you can handle this morning. I respect that. But before we move on from Canvas, how are we doing? Let's check in. Does anyone have any questions about Canvas after that first little like really quick and dirty run through? Anyone? How are we doing? Give me a check-in here. I'm going to drink my vegan protein shake, and you can write in the chat box whether things are going well or terribly.
The background music again?
No, I'm good. I'm just giving them a second.
All right, I'm going to turn on kids.
Awesome. My students are doing great. They're messaging me through Remind. Somehow I get the best students. I don't know. Just happens. I'm lucky that way.
It doesn't hurt that you are like a professional pro teacher.
I'm a professional pro teacher. I don't feel like a professional pro teacher right now. I feel like a lady on YouTube with a protein drink.
I would like you to just imagine all the other poor BCSD parents or teachers that are just like, ah!
Okay, that's true, guys. Listen, we're all good. Things are going great. Everything's pretty easy. Awesome. Like, listen, life sucks this morning, but we're not crying in our vegan protein shakes. We just handle it. We just move on. We're awake. So let's just get her done. All right.
What happened if it was my art teacher?
Okay, that's true. I told my husband's all, you're on this. And I was like, oh, I don't feel on this. So, okay, y'all are doing really awesome. So I want to move on to the next thing. You know, I was going to start this morning by asking you all what your plan is this week to be college students. Like, what are you going to do that has nothing to do with being good in a class? And I'm going to talk about that for a second. I'm going to switch gears from the class just for a second and talk about this. The first thing I want to talk about is we have an information desk at Bakersfield College, although, maybe I shouldn't talk about this. We have a live information desk with people waiting in a waiting room for you, but it's through Zoom. Shh. Now, I have some cell numbers of some really great counselors if you can't get in through Zoom and you need help. But if you're having trouble with holds or anything like that, let me know, because we're having every day from 9 to 6. Hopefully in an hour, they'll have Zoom figured out. We do have like just information hours, which is really helpful. But the other thing I wanted to remind you while I'm here is to please turn in your financial aid applications. We have the lowest number of financial aid, like people applying for financial aid ever. And it's just because people can't come to campus and get help with it. So there is help online. I just put a link there. Okay, the connection's slow. I get it. Veronica, if your connection's slow, we are recording this as well. So if you get kicked out or you miss something, everything I'm saying will be here for posterity later. Don't stress out, people. Remember, I'm not stressing. If I disappear, I'll reappear. If my internet goes down, I'll log back in. Like, real life's going to happen. I chose to teach early in the morning on Mondays because my kids don't start school till 8:30. And so that would give us a little bit of time to kind of settle in, get the important stuff, and then I could like brace, like, please let the high spots work and everything not fall apart. But my husband is also a high school math teacher. So him and myself and my two kids, we all are in our 1,000 square foot house with our dog trying to make it through Zoom without, a dog barking and the internet crashing or going too slow. So I totally respect it. I also, my Wi-Fi went down when they turned our electricity off last week, and I was in a meeting and I had to use 5G. It worked okay, but it's just good to know that you can use your phone and log into Zoom or log into YouTube using 5G. Is it perfect? No, but it was more reliable than my Spectrum internet. So that is a backup plan. Okay, so if you haven't applied for financial aid, do it. If you need help, ask for it. Follow that link. There are live sessions. You can send an email. There's a form on that website. People will give you help. But I just wanted to remind folks, because I feel like we're so focused on like, am I in the meeting? Is everything working? We're forgetting some of the fundamental college things that are like, I don't know, how do I get money for school? If you only have your phone and nothing else and you need help, there's also, I'm putting it in the chat box, we can rent out electronic equipment, including a Chromebook, if you need it. So I'm putting that in the chat box as well. That's the application for borrowing a Chromebook from the campus if you need it. Do not feel bad. Like, those programs exist for students. And right now, like, you can't even buy a laptop and get it from like Amazon in 2 days. Like, it is very difficult to get the tools that you need. And you're in an 8-week accelerated course. So you need your stuff like yesterday. So don't feel guilty if you have to fill out that application and ask for help. So there's also, this is hysterical to me. Like I said, I'm going through a bunch of stuff that's not class related, just so that you realize, like, you're also, oh gosh, the dog's barking. I know, I'm so afraid of the dogs barking, Phoebe. Like, you have no idea how many times students are giving speeches this summer when I taught a practice class and the dogs would just go nuts and we all just giggle because it's life, like, you're in someone's house with them and you can't expect their dogs to like behave perfectly because they're giving a speech. So, I just want to remind you and reassure you that you're not just students that turn something into me. Like, your people, your college students. I went to Bakersfield College. I'm a first generation like college student. I can't imagine, like, I can't even fathom doing what you're doing right now. Like, the fact that you're even registered for college in these crazy times, you have so much of my respect. And so I just want to remind you that you're also, you're college students, and there are programs not just like to give you food and give you computers and give you money, but also to like make you feel like part of the campus community. So I just put a link in the chat box for some events that we have going on, part of the welcome week, just little, giveaways and like fun movies. And if you need something, just something extra in your life, don't go to the events calendar and, or drive around and look for an outdoor patio to eat at. Like, why not get a little involved in your campus community, a little bit involved there? So I posted a list of links there. If you want to transfer in the spring to a Cal State, they actually extended the deadline until the 31st of this month. I know that's not a long time. I know that's like, 7 days. So a week from today is when your application is due. If you are a second year student, I have a lot of first timers I know in this class that are freshmen, but if you are, this is your second year, that's there. I think that was everything I wanted to remind you about that's going on campus. Okay, so I'm going to switch gears. Unless you have any questions about like Bakersfield College and, financial aid and the info desk and any of those, I like to give you some of those tools. I don't know if every teacher will take out the time to do it. And I wanted to do it here. Okay, let's see here. No more comments on that. Everything's going good. All right, so let's switch to the class. I did send you an email to let you know I have gone into battle for you before I even met you, and you don't even know it. All right, so before, everyone in my department who teaches this class uses the same book. It's a great book, actually, but it's $107 plus tax and shipping is the cost of the book. So the print copy of the book from the bookstore is $107 plus taxes and shipping. If you just went like, no, I'm not doing that. Let me drop this class. Wait, don't hang up. Don't leave. So we're using the digital version. So the digital rental of the same exact book is $60. Now, I want to stop because the bookstore was like trying to make like you had to buy the digital version and the hard copy version. It was like $167. And then you also needed a Chromebook and it was going to be like $500 to take my class. So the bookstore is terrible liars. Don't believe anything they say. They're there to help you, but are they? they're really there to make money. I know I probably shouldn't live on the internet be bashing my public bookstore, but I don't care. Screw the bookstore. They totally messed up our book. So yes, $60 online version. Now, if you are paying for your books through your financial aid, it is easier to use the bookstore. Like it legit is. So here's what they're going to do. If you buy the $60 digital version, they're going to call you and give you your code within 24 hours. So that's option 1 to get your textbook. Option 2, the option I prefer, and the option that's on our website. Sorry, I'm opening the website too. It's on our website. I sent you an email about it, but if you go to the publisher's website and you buy the textbook there, then you have it instantly. Like there is no waiting for them to give you a code or something. It like you get the ebook that second. Oh, they raised the price. Are you kidding me? In 2 days, since Friday, John, they raised the price $15. Now I have to call and yell at somebody else. What is this about? So now it's $75. I'm so mad. What is up with people like exploiting this pandemic? Ugh. Okay, I'm done. Everyone breathe with me. As soon as class is over today, I shall call the publisher, send some emails, and inquire about the recent inflation of the textbook price, because it was only $60, but now I'm at the website and they have raised the book to $75, and I don't know why they did that, but we do need the textbook for the class. We do use it a ton, and here's the deal. I know even $75 seems like a lot of money, but we are using a system called GoReact, which is where we're going to upload all of our speeches, and the cost of GoReact, the speech giving application, just that by itself is $30, but that $30 is part of the cost of your textbook. So when you think about it, like you're paying $30 for the subscription to the like private server, and then you're paying what, $45 for the actual book, $45 for a book that comes with a workbook. It's actually like super cheap. Like I know you're like $45 for a book. Come on, lady, that's not cheap. Seriously. My husband was a math major, and I will never forget one of his books was $580. And it was like a 10-year-old book. Apparently math people are geniuses and they can charge that much for books. I don't know. I don't even know. I can't explain why the book was almost $600, but it always makes me feel like a little bit like, okay, maybe $75 is okay. Okay, so Daniel, if you buy the digital version, it comes with GoReact, it comes with the workbook, and it comes with the textbook. So the digital version of the book comes with GoReact, the workbook, and the textbook. So all 3 of those things are packaged together in the $75 version. It's complicated because before I used to be like, you gotta buy the hard copy because you're gonna fill out all the answers on the workbook. But you know what happened this summer? This summer, they couldn't get the books to my students before my summer school class started. And so the students bought the digital version. And you know how they dealt with not having the workbook? I'm gonna show you right now. They took a pen and they took a piece of paper and they wrote chapter 1, workbook, question 1, and then they wrote the answer. And that's how people filled out their workbooks and one guy was telling me, he was like, honestly, the workbook on my cell phone worked so much better because on his like lunch break, he would just sit there with a 3-ring, with those spiral bound notebooks, the like 25-cent ones. And he like would just open it and start filling out the answers from his phone, clicking back and forth between, let me look on the textbook. Okay, what's the next question? And then he would just fill it out. And he was like, that was actually easier than lugging the 2 books around, was being able to just have a blank piece of paper. And then I had another student, she did the same thing, but she used like these little tiny pads like people would use as a waitress, I think, like those little tiny like flip notebooks. She said it's because she's left-handed and spirals hurt her left hand, but there were these little tiny pieces of paper. And then she would scan them and upload them to our campus every week. But it worked, you guys. So you are going to need the textbook. You have your first. So everything for this class is due on Fridays at 5:00. Like I try to give us time. If you were like on it all 3 hours on our Monday sessions, you should be able to get through pretty much all of the work for this class, except for some of the workbook and presenting your speeches. Like you should be able to get through pretty much everything. But I try to give you time and space during our class time to say, this is what I need you to do. This is how I want you to do it. Everybody go try and do it. Okay, who didn't it not work for? Okay, great. Then make sure you just get it to me by Friday. And don't wait until like 4:00 on Friday to try the assignment, because if you try it on Monday during class and you're like, this is an epic failure, great, fine. I'll give you another try, right? Let me know what happened. Your Wi-Fi went down. You couldn't figure it out. You were trying to use an old version of the textbook. It didn't work. Like whatever happened, let me know, right? But if you like email me at 4:55 on Friday, because everything's due at 5:00 on Fridays. What time is that? Would someone please write in the chat box what time every online submitted assignment will be due in this class? What time and day of the week every online assignment will be due in this class? And I'll wait. Let's see if you're paying attention. Some of you are like, I was already doing the quiz. Now she's asking me questions on YouTube. I don't like this. There's too much happening. I can wait. I can see some of you on there trying to type. I'm going to drink some more of my vegan protein. Ha ha! Yes, Jacob and Brianna are going to get an A in this class. Yes. So the last time to submit stuff is Fridays at 5:00. And so, Justin's I want an A. Me too. Gold stars for Justin, Brianna, Jacob, Phoebe. Y'all are on it. Fridays at 5:00 stuff. Oh, Tasha too. Tashel too. Not Tasha. Tashel. I think Tasha is messaging me on Remind though. Okay, so everything's going to be due Fridays at 5:00. So I'll have like workbook chapters that are due Fridays at 5:00. I'll have little, quizzes that are due Fridays at 5:00. Like I'll have little things that are due. I love that you're like, yes, we're all typing now. Please give us all the A's. We all want the A's. I love it. Y'all are so awesome. It makes me feel like I'm not alone here. And this, all I can see is my face. I'm like, wow, I'm so glad I flat ironed my hair this morning. I didn't know there was going to be so much of my face on the computer screen. But we talked about the textbook. Are there any more questions about the textbook before I move on to the next stuff? So there are 2 more things I want to go over, and then I'm going to give you a little break to do some activities on Canvas or to purchase the textbook. And then after that little break, I'm hoping that we will be able to log into Zoom. If we're not able to log into Zoom, I will log in through YouTube Hangout instead. That way I can share my screen. I know that, but it was easier to go live and just share the link when I was like feeling urgent. There's some downsides to the Hangout. This makes it easier for people to just log in. And I feel really good about us being logged in. I mean, there are only 27 people registered for this class, and there are 20 of you logged into our YouTube. So we are already succeeding as a class. Okay, so let's do some more general overviews about the class. And feel free in the chat box to write at any time, and I will stop and address whatever question you might have. So far we've gone over the best way to reach me, which is Canvas messages or through Remind text message or, live in one of our sessions like this. Oh, Phoebe, when did you buy your book? And I will make a call to the bookstore today. Did you buy it, Phoebe? Could you let me know when you bought your book, and then also what version did you buy? Did you buy the digital or did you buy the hard copy? So we do have assignments due this week, but I will scan and upload the first chapter of the book if I need to, if this is an issue with delivery from the bookstore. I haven't done that yet because I've been doing a gazillion things. But I will find a way that you are not missing out on anything and you have access to everything. I would prefer that the bookstore just get you what you paid for, but I need to follow up with that. So Phoebe, if you could answer in the chat box, did you buy the digital version or did you buy the hard copy of the book? and then when did you buy it? And I'll call them today and see if they have any time frame on that. And that's true for anybody. If you're having issues with the bookstore, I would like to put that in writing. I'll send an email and I'll follow up with a phone call just so that I have a paper trail, that it's not just like hearsay, like, oh, it was hard for my students. Like, here's the name of the students it was hard for. Here's why they're annoyed with you. Boom. Okay, so let's talk generally about the class. And this is where I'm going to, like, normally I would go like step by step through the syllabus and everything, but I'm going to do like a general overview. And you can interrupt me when you have questions. All right. This class, Communication B8, Small Group Communication, fulfills your A1 public speaking area. So if you plan on transferring to a CSU, or you're trying to like complete your IGETC, if you need to complete your Golden 4, right? The Golden 4 is public speaking, English, critical thinking, and math, quantitative reasoning. So you have those 4 areas you have to complete. And the number 1 area to get out of the way is public speaking. Now, you don't have take the class titled public speaking to fulfill that requirement. My department offers several classes. So we offer a persuasion class. We offer a small group class. So we have small group, we have persuasion, we have small group persuasion. There's one other one. Small group persuasion, public speaking. I feel like there's one other class we offer. Maybe it's just small group, persuasion, and public speaking. Those might be the only 3. But that's not just, everyone thinks you have to take COMM B1. You don't. And, it's actually like kind of a secret. This is going to be live on the internet, so I shouldn't tell you, but I'm going to. I'm feeling sassy today, y'all. The public speaking textbook is super good, and it's super, super detailed. Actually, it's my favorite book in the department. But it's 18 chapters long. That means you have 18 chapters to read and 18 workbook chapters to complete. But our class, which fulfills the same requirement, only has 10 chapters to read. Yep, you just heard me. That means you get to read a textbook that is half the length, and you get to fill out a workbook that is half the length, and you still get the same requirement. So already you should be like, okay, I registered for the right class. Like, it's all good. I'm staying. Woot. The cost of the book is the same, and they're different books, but they both cost the same amount. They're from the same publisher, same thing, whatever. But this is a public speaking class, so that means everyone in this class is going to have to give speeches according to state guidelines. So according to the CSU statewide, according to the California state guidelines, everyone who passes this class must speak for 22 minutes, do 1 research, 1 info, and 1 persuasive speech, and do research. Okay, so everyone who takes this class has to talk for 22 minutes. That does not mean you are giving a 22-minute presentation. Let me tell you, I haven't even been on YouTube an hour right now. I like talking to people, probably not on the internet, but I like talking to people. And this has not been a pleasant experience for me. Well, that's a lie. I'm actually kind of enjoying this. I'm nervous, I guess, because it's being recorded, but I'm having a good rapport with y'all over text message and the chat box. I'm enjoying it. But I'm not going to make you do all 22 minutes at one time. It's broken up across 4 different speeches. So next Monday, everyone in this class has to do their first speech. The first speech, all the guidelines are already on Canvas. If you found our homepage and you click the button that says object speech, it takes you to the assignment for our object speech. If you found a picture of Yoda standing there sternly, if you found Yoda, you found all the instructions for the first assignment. And that first speech, it's only 3 to 5 minutes. It's not a long speech, right? But that's our first speech, and we're going to present it live in class next week. That's the only speech that you will do that's like completely divorced from the rest of the class. After that, all of the other speeches, I'm going to break you into groups, and you'll all do thematic speeches, and you'll do research together, and you'll present together, and you'll work together, and it'll be a little bit better. But that's the first speech. That's like the first hump to get over. But people, invariably, I've been teaching public speaking for 15 years, and I'll probably have at least 2 or 3 of you message me through Remind or send me an email and just say like, hey, you don't get it. Like, I hate public speaking. Like, I hate it. Like, I don't hate you, but I want to, like, because you're making me do speeches. Like, what like, this is what I get most often lately is, what can we do about that? It's a public speaking class, y'all. Like, it's like saying, I know I'm taking a math class, but I don't really want to do math. Like, I cannot, I'm sure you're very nice people and I want to help you. And I'm not trying to diminish your mental and emotional distress. Like, I'm not laughing at you, but like the state, the people, like the powers that be and like sign my checks are like, if you want to pass a student, they've got to do this, this, and this. So I have to make you do those things, right? Not because I want to like torture you for fun, but like, don't send me an email and be like, what could we do about that? There's no workaround. There's no like, and like, seriously, I've seen everything. I've had people throw up. I've had people pee their pants. I've had people pass out. I had a girl have a seizure. Like, I believe, I've witnessed firsthand, I believe that public speaking anxiety is a real thing. Like, I know it's not fun for people. Like, I get that. I had a woman over Zoom whose baby was crying, and she had like a 3-week-old baby, and she in the middle goes, my boobs are hurting really bad. I can't finish this speech right now. I just closed the computer screen. So, I mean, it manifests for different people in different ways, and it's not funny. I mean, it's like interesting that it happens, right? But I'm trying to say that to say, I've seen a lot of speeches and I've seen a lot of people throughout the years. And I want to be clear, the kid who had a seizure, the girl who peed her pants, the girl who threw up, the guy who started like ugly snot crying, all of those people passed my class. Like, they hated speeches. They didn't want to be there and they still got through it. So you'll get through it too. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. If Canvas is slow for you right now, that's okay. Don't stress. We'll figure it out. 3rd edition of the book is the right edition. Okay. So you did do that. I just meant, Phoebe, did you buy the book as the digital version or did you buy the like physical version? So basically, did you buy the $75 version or did you buy the $120 version? Was the question I was asking. Because if you buy, I'm switching back to textbooks, not talking about your public speaking requirement. If you bought the $120 version, they physically mail it to your house. And we've been told there's up to a 10-day delay for that. So I just want to see where they're at, make sure it's already left their warehouse and it's on its way to you. So that's the best thing I can do is make sure they physically put it in the mail. But if it's a digital version, it means they need to call you and give you the code. But I'll follow up either way today. Okay. The Yoda is access denied. Okay. I'm putting that on my list right now. Access denied to Yoda. Access denied. That's so weird. Okay. So Phoebe, you did get the $7 one. Okay. Well, bookstore. So I will fix the link to Yoda on campus. I am so sorry that Yoda is not embracing you all right now. But I will fix that. That's actually not the most urgent thing that we're going to do this morning. So we still have time to fix it. But that is something you need to know about for next Monday at 7:45 a.m. We will be going in reverse alphabetical order for your speech presentation. So that means that Concepcion will go first, then Lorenzo, then Kendall, then Gabriel, then Arshdeep, then Nicole, then Mariana, so on and so forth. So we'll be going in alphabetical order, but reversed by last name. I really like to do that because my last name is Cruz, so I always have to go first because I'm higher in the alphabet. So I always think, like, why does the teacher ever start at the bottom? So I'm that teacher. I start at the bottom. It is what it is. So next week, we'll be doing our little speech. There's no slides for that speech. There is an outline, but I'm not going to lecture on how to do the outline. I want you to just kind of figure it out, fill it out, see what you can do. It does have to be typed, but that's the first speech. So on my list of things to generally talk about for the class, the first was just to say, this is a public speaking class. We're only meeting 7 times and today's one of them. So after today, we only have 6 Zoom meetings left ever. Everything else is going to be on campus. So we have 6 meetings left after today because we meet next week and it's a speech day. And then the following Monday is actually Labor Day, so we don't have class. So I'm going to load some videos of here's how you do your informative speech because you're going to record that before we come. But that's not required. So, but between now and next Monday, a week from now, we'll get Zoom to work. And if we don't get Zoom to work, I'll use Google Hangout, or I'll send you in-depth instructions of something else that we can use. But Zoom should be working in a week. If it's not, like, the whole world is going to be talking about it. So we were the first ones. We were the 7:45 a.m. class on Monday morning when all of BCSD and Puerto Buena Vista and KHSD and every community college in the entire state started a class on the same day. You're looking at least 1 million students logging into Zoom this morning. So we were the first ones that it failed for. I'm sure they'll fix it by our class next Monday. I have hope. I'll pray a couple decades of the rosary today, and then we'll see how it goes. God knows my name. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I did talk to you about this being a public speaking class, but I'll move on to the second phase of what this class is. This class is also a small group communication class, and people seem a little like surprised by that too. They were like, how are you going to make me do group work? This is a speech class. It's a small group class. So since this happens on Friday for this class, meaning I'm not going to add any new people, we still have a couple open spots. After I sent out some emails to the Canvas and everything, a couple people were like, I'm dropping this lady. She's nuts, which is cool. That's fine. Not everyone's cup of tea. Actually, I did have one student that was like, I'm registered for college this fall. I don't think so. I was like, you're registered. They're like, are you sure? I was like, yes. So that student dropped the class. So we have a couple open seats. If you know anyone and you think the class would be fun to take with somebody you know, please encourage them to add. It's very easy to still add and take one of the open seats that's left for the class. Adrian Bostock is here. All right, let me mark you here. Got you, Adrian. Adrian, I got you. Is there anyone else other than Adrian that just logged in that I didn't get before? I don't know if I did get Jasmine. Anyone else in the chat box? But I did get you, Adrian. Okay. So it is a small group class. We actually there's two components to that. One component is you're going to have thematic speeches. So like the second speech that you'll do in this class is determining the identity of your group. So you'll come up with like, what's our group name? What's our group mascot? What's our group vision statement? What's our group contact plan? How are we going to keep in touch with each other? So that second speech, Daniel's all, that was me. I didn't know I was registered. Thank you for staying, Daniel. You're one of the like strong ones. A bunch of people were like, I'm in a college class today. Can you please take me out of that? So, Lorenzo Vargas, I'm sure I didn't have you. Okay, thank you, Lorenzo. Lorenzo is here now too. Wood. We're 22. We are like killing it, y'all. I'm like super proud of us. Okay, and for those of you who just logged in now or only logged in like 10 minutes ago, I have been talking for meaningful things for about, 40 minutes or so. So this is being recorded. We're in live right now. We did go over how to log into Canvas. We did go over how to be a college student. And we did go over, this is a speech class. You have to give speeches. Now we're talking about the fact that it's also a small group class. So like your second speech is going to be where you break down, like you meet with your group and you say, okay. And I mean, by meet with, like y'all could open a group chat over text message. Like meetings are relative to what works for y'all. But you and your group will say, okay, well, this is that, blah, blah, blah. Here's what works for us. Your informative speech, your group is going to pick a chapter and you're going to report on that chapter. And let me be clear, you'll each still give like 8 to 10 minute speeches by yourself, but you'll just give them as a group. So you'll be like, okay, so now that I talked, my name's Chris Cruz Boone. Now that I talked about the first section of forming a group, storming is going to be Daniel, and I'm going to pass it over to Daniel and he's going to talk next. And so then you'll just move on to the next person. And I'll talk in our next class how you're going to record those speeches, how that works step by step. But, I just want it to be clear that it's not just out of class work that you do in this class. It's like coordinating your schedule to do out of class work with other people. I try to give you at a bare minimum, like at the smallest amount, at least a half hour every Monday to meet with your group. We don't have groups yet. Take a breath. Starting Monday, the groups will be formed. And then on that Monday, I will give you time to meet with your group. But I give you at least a half hour. Additionally, a benefit of being in groups is on Mondays, I will always do a lecture or a check-in for the first half hour. And then I will leave you time to go meet with your groups for half the class. And the other half of the class will be my audience / presenters normally. So that's after the first and second class session. So our 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, those 5 class meetings are going to be broken up where it's not the whole class together. It's just us meeting with, like group 1 and group 2 will meet with me on week 3, and the other groups will have time to meet with each other. I will be the one who chooses who is in which group. And the only rule that I randomized groups works better. I've been teaching this class for 10 years. Whenever I let people self-select groups, things go to crap. Trust me. Like I had a married couple and I wouldn't let them be in the same group. And the wife in her final paper, wrote me and was it wrote in the final paper, I'm so glad the teacher did not let me be in a group with my husband. I would have killed him. So I do choose what groups you're in. And so don't miss the second day of class. Even if there's no Zoom, we will find a way to make it work. I will make sure you get your groups. Okay, Adrian, you're on. Oh, I'm sorry I'm sorry for those of you who had to create a YouTube account. That's really sucky. If I had a way around this, I would have done it. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to make sure you were getting all the information straight from the blue-haired horse's mouth. And I can't think of any better. It was like a, what is it? A instant decision. I was like, Zoom's not working. Google Hangouts is laggy. Great. Let's go live on YouTube. It was this or Facebook. And I didn't know if everyone had Facebook accounts. I'm older than you, so I still use Facebook. But my daughter's like, Mom, only grandmas are in Facebook. I'm all, not a grandma. But I like Facebook. I'm old. I still have a MySpace page up. Some of you are all, what's that? Google it later. But I'm old. So it's talking about, so for your second speech, it's tell me about your group. For your third speech, it'll be very and this is kind of nice, actually. You don't have to think about, what do I want to do my informative speech on? I'm going to be you and your group, choose a chapter. Great. You're presenting on that chapter. And one of your jobs when you present on the chapter is to tell your classmates the answers to the workbook for that chapter. That way, maybe people will be incentivized to log on and listen to you talk, because you're going to be on page 111, I'm now going to talk about the short response answer on halfway through the page. So it is multi-purpose. There are 2 parts to the speech. One part is to tell your classmates the answer to the workbook. And the second is you write a final paper for this class, and I want you to give me your pitch of what you would talk about in your final paper during your informative speech. So it's a very structured presentation. There's no I have to my teacher has to approve my topic and I have to research it and find all these different elements to it and maybe know about it, not know about it. No, you're going to present on a chapter and you're going to present on your final paper, and that's what your whole informative speech is going to be about. And the group will work together to make sure you kind of feed off one another and share information and whatnot. The last speech that you'll do in this class is actually a pitch for a local issue. So maybe Links for Life does I just donated. They're having this. Links for Life is doing a fundraiser. It's an online raffle for a Switch. Do you guys know how hard it is to buy a Switch right now? It's more rare than toilet paper. It's so marked up on Craigslist. So anywho, they're doing I've really wanted to buy my husband a Switch so he could play with my kids, but I haven't been able to because they're really hard to get. And I even put money aside to do it. It's just been impossible. So I bought some raffle tickets for Links for Life. But the whole reason I brought up this example is it's a digital example of a nonprofit cause that your entire group could rally around helping with. So every group is going to choose a nonprofit organization, preferably local, and you are together going to volunteer for that nonprofit organization. Okay, let me be clear here, people. The Dolores Huerta Foundation has action days for census that's fully online over Zoom. Or you could choose to go down with Community Connections at MLK Park and you could all distribute food, or you could do, help create information and promote the Links for Life fundraiser. I'm not going to tell your group what social issue to take on, what social cause to do. But I do have a requirement the week before you present your persuasive speeches, everyone in your group has to volunteer for that organization, either digitally or face-to-face. That way, when you're actually giving the speech, telling the class, hey, you should all volunteer for this organization. That way, when you're doing that, you've already done it. So those are all the speeches for the class. And like I said, 3 out of 4 of the speeches, you're going to work together as a group. So there's a lot of coordinating. And I already mentioned this in the group work, but there's also multiple group activities that you have to do. So one of them is you have to watch a movie together as a group. Now, again, like this is very low tech. If you need me, I may have a problem. I'm going to admit it. I have a problem. I have Disney Plus and Amazon Prime and CBS All Access and Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus. So, yes, I have, Nicole, I got you for attendance. I have a lot of streaming services. If you need me to log into Zoom and stream something for your group and for you to go on live to watch it that way, I'm willing to do that. Like, just let me know. I'll set it up. We'll have a movie night. It's all good. I'm probably going to buy Mulan. So, like if that's the movie you want to watch, it's all good. Yeah, I can tell you what other movies I've downloaded and own. Like I pay for them. I'm not a dirty pirate because I can, like I was back in college. So I feel like I have to pay it forward. But like I have Birds of Prey. I mean, I have movies like as long as everyone's over 18. But it has to be a movie that ties back to small group communication, and you have to watch it as a group. So you can watch it on Netflix. Netflix has the ability to do that, or we can watch it over Zoom, or you guys can watch something on YouTube together. There's like a bunch of free movies. So there's like some students, like I had a group of students this summer, and they all had kids. So they watched what movie? It was Sing. They watched Sing, but they watched it with their kids. So it was like hysterical because they were taking like pictures on their phone and texting to each other in real time. It was very, very funny. Okay. So let's see here. My dogs are waiting. Oh, I'm sorry. Mariana, seriously, I've learned one thing from doing online classes, y'all. And I know I've been talking a long time. I'm almost ready to let you move on to the next stage of what we're doing today. I'm sorry you've had to listen for so long. If you have animals or small children, in some ways, like I'm not a teacher who's going to be super strict about keeping them away from you. You can have a dog in your lap that you're petting while you're giving a speech. You can, let your kids sit next to you and eat cereal. You can put your phone on the top of the oven, like where the light is, not down where the fire is, but like while you're cooking your kids breakfast in the morning while you're in my class. Like I did not expect to teach this class online, and I do not expect you to behave like fully online students, but I do know these Monday check-ins where I talk you through things and I walk you through assignments. Like students have said they're the most helpful part of the online class. So I know they're inconvenient. I know that I'm entering your home without asking. I know that it's not what you signed up for, but please just like hang in there with me and do whatever you have to do with your kids, your dogs, your life to make this work. I mean, earbuds, those like wireless ones, they're awesome because then you don't have to look at my face the whole time. You can just listen to what I'm talking about. I'm not sharing my screen anyway, so that works out. So we talked about the 4 different speeches that you'll do as a group. I talked about you're going to have to volunteer, watch a movie, and then I think there's one other, like you have to have like a game that you do together. I'm going to demonstrate that with a dice game in class, but you could also like all just log into Words with Friends. You could all log into World of Warcraft. You could all, if y'all have PlayStations, y'all could log into Borderlands together. I don't know. Like I can't predict what each group's going to do. And that is so true. I'm sorry, sweetheart. My kids are like super bummed. Is Zoom working for them, John? Sorry, my kids are like super sad. My daughter woke up, it's the first day of 8th grade. So she woke up, I think at like 5:30 this morning to like put on makeup and flat iron her hair and like make her room look cute from the right angle. And now her Zoom's not working. Bless her heart, right? Like I feel so bad for her. Okay, so I went over, this is a speech class. I went over, this is a small group class. You're going to have to interact with a group of people that you will be assigned next Monday. Right now, I just need you to hang in there. There's a couple things they're going to be due between now and this Friday and Monday. Okay, so first let me remind you, on Monday is our first speech. It's the object speech. Let me just give you a quick rundown on that. I want you to think about a time you were part of a small group. It could be a board gaming group. It could be a learning group. It could be a governmental committee that you were on. Like, were you part of a jury? It could be a sports team is a really popular one. It could be an academic competitive team. So, like you being part of the graduating class of 2020, that's not a small group. That's a huge group of people, right? But you being on a soccer team, like that's a small group. So once you identify, like I was part of the small group, I want you to choose an object that reminds you of that group and the values that are part of that group. So like if it was, your soccer team, maybe a medal you got for being on that, or if it was, being part of a leadership group, at Arvin High School, like bring the certificate that you got from that. So like something that shows me that's representative of that group you were a part of. Now this speech, there's no research. This should not be a hard speech. This shouldn't take you more than an hour to write because like this is legit about you. You're literally telling me about your life. So do not like make it harder than it needs to be. Okay, so that's next Monday. That's what we're going to do in class. Remember I said we're going to give our object speeches next week. Next week in class, hopefully in Zoom, we're going to present our first speech. I don't want him to be like, what? Our first speech? What are you talking about? We're absolutely going to present our first speech. It's going to happen on Monday. We only meet 7 times ever. We got to get through one of them. This is the short one. So we're going to present our first speech. We're going to be broken into our groups. And I'm going to go over how to use Go React because hopefully everyone will have their textbooks and their codes by then so we can log you into Go React. I did have a student message me. I won't say who it was, but who is using a textbook they got from their sister. I know my MySpace page. I haven't posted on my MySpace page in forever, but it's still active. Okay, so good. So someone messaged me that they're using a book they got from their sister. Listen, whatever, that's fine. But the downside is you're going to have to write your workbook answers on another page. And the other downside is you're going to have to pay the $30 and buy the Go React code. So don't listen to people on Craigslist and buy a book brand new that's used because you'll have to buy the Go React code again. And that's kind of annoying. Okay, so that's what we're doing next week. But we actually have 3 things that are due this Friday and would like to give you from 9 o'clock until let's say 9:30. And again, I'll send you a fresh YouTube link or Zoom link. We'll see which, it'll be the same Zoom link you have in your email. If I can log into Zoom, I'm going to be like, oh, trust me, you're going to see it in your chat. I'm going to be like, go now, and remind if it's working. But again, you can always text me through Remind if you're having trouble, or you can send me a message through Canvas or reply to the email that I sent you this morning. What we're going to do, 3 things that are due by Friday at 5 p.m. due this week. Number 1 is the syllabus quiz. I went over some of the answers to the syllabus quiz, but not all of them. The answers to the syllabus quiz are in 3 places. 1, my welcome email. 2, the syllabus. And 3, in the overview of the scavenger hunt. And guess what? I'm not a teacher who's like, look harder in the syllabus. If you can't find the question, text me. I'll just tell you the answer. So, log into Canvas. I want to be really clear. This is not a class. I don't like tests. They give me a lot of anxiety, so I don't give them. I just don't. We're gonna, when we come back, I'm hoping if Zoom works, I had a Kahoot for us. If Zoom works, I had all these activities this morning that instead you're just listening to me talk. But if we log in later, we'll do a Kahoot and that will be about the first chapter. But the syllabus quiz is just about the syllabus. And if you can't find the answer, ask me the question. I'll let you know the answer. And I want to be clear, like I said, I don't like tests or quizzes, but I only have a couple just to kind of check in with you and see, are they really paying attention to all the information I loaded on the internet? I love Kahoot too. Okay, so the syllabus says access denied. What? Okay, hold on. I'm logging in. I'm gonna fix for us right now. I don't know why everything is denied to you. I will fix that. What was I saying? Oh, okay. But let me finish this. The quiz. So the quiz is due by Friday at 5:00. If it's not working for people, I'm going to log into Canvas. People said some stuff is denying them access. So I'm going to log into Canvas and see if that's a publishing issue or if that is just technology trying to give me an early heart attack or something. I don't know. I'm going to play with Canvas right away as soon as I give you a break to work on this. But I wanted to say I've almost gotten there. I haven't quite gotten it out. There are 3 quizzes that I have for the whole semester. I might add a 4th, but I only count your highest score. So if you get 2 out of 10 on this first quiz, go back and read the syllabus again. But don't retake it because you can just get an A on the next quiz that we do. So we have 3 quizzes. Each of them are worth 10 points, but I only take the highest quiz in the class. And I always will tell you, okay, I'm going to talk about research and what is a good source for the class. Great. Now there's a page that talks about how to do that, and quizzes, they're already in the syllabus schedule. So, okay, so that was the first thing. The second thing is there's a scavenger hunt. Okay, to try using the side, this is tile, this is okay. So for some reason, the homepage, the links I put in the homepage aren't working, but the toolbar on the left with the blue links is. I will fix the homepage as soon as I give you a little bit of time in a second to do some of these activities. But number 1 was the syllabus quiz. Number 2 was a scavenger hunt. The scavenger hunt is really, there's 2 parts to it. One of it is, do you know how to use a scanner on your phone? I swear to God. And you're like, well, aren't you going to teach us that? Listen, everybody's got a different phone. If you have a iPhone, you click on notes and there's a scanner already embedded in there. Like, it's awesome, right? But I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android. So I use Adobe, the Adobe scanner. It's free. That's how I scan things and upload them to Canvas. So it's different for every person. But I just want you to like write on a piece of paper, like I was showing like this, and scan it. Don't take a picture. It's too big. That's too stressful. Don't scan and upload it to me. And that's like easy points, like 10 points. I'm like, hey, look, you logged onto Canvas successfully and scanned something. You're a winner. So if you've already texted me through Remind or sent me an email, that's the other part to the scavenger hunt. It's just like, do you know how to get a hold of CCB? And if you've already been texting me back and forth, you're cool. Like, I already got you for that. And then the third thing is doing the workbook reading guide chapters from our workbook. I will scan and upload the pages from our first, I know if the publisher is on, sue me. Like, what are you going to do? Seriously, I'm like using your book. I know I'm not supposed to do that, but I'm going to because the world is imploding. So for this first week, I just want everyone to be able to have access, even if you don't get your stuff right away. So I will get that done by noon today. I will have that information scanned and loaded so that you can do the first chapter by Friday. So those are the 3 things that are due by Friday, but the first 2, the scavenger hunt and the syllabus quiz, those are the 2 things I would like to give you time between 9 and 9:30 to work out. I'm going to read off really quickly the names of the people that I have here. I think I only have 20 and there's 23 of you logged in. So if I miss your name, please write in the chat box. And then if I'm going to answer any questions you have in the chat box. And if you don't text me any questions or you don't write any questions in our live chats, then we're going to do a little 30-minute work session time where I give you time to log into Canvas and do the syllabus quiz, do the scavenger hunt, look around a little bit, and we will meet up again at 9:30. I'll send you through Remind. Like I said, I'm hoping we log into Zoom, but I don't want to use Zoom unless it's something every single one of you can get into. And it seems like it was easier for every single one of you to, even if you had to create a YouTube account, it was easier to get here than it was to get to Zoom. So we might be coming back to YouTube. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens next. But here's the list of folks that I have here today. I'm just going to say first name, last name. I'm probably going to completely botch your names. So I am an awful person and I apologize for that. But this is just for making sure that you're here today. Tashelle is here. Tasha's here. Adrian is here. Daniel, Fantasia, Jacob, Koira Garcia, Vanessa, Phoebe, Jasmine, Brianna, Brittany, Veronica, Nicole, Arshti, Kindle, Lorenzo, Alejandra, and Justin. Those are the 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Those are the 20 people I have, but it says there are 22 people here. So if you are one of the people that I missed, please use remind.com or email or the chat box here to message me. We have 2 more minutes till 9 o'clock. I said I was only going to go for an hour and 15 minutes. So, I've been going for an hour and 24 minutes. 90 minutes I've been talking. Let's see here. Mariana Santiago is here. Let me make sure I got you. Okay, I got you now, Mariana. I apologize about that. Okay, Mariana, got you. I did not say your name, Mariana, so good job checking out. Pedro, did I get you? Let's see. Okay, Pedro. Pedro, I got you. Yes, you were my 2 missing, I think. I don't know if anyone else didn't hear their name. Any other questions about what you're doing right now, what the class is about, where I buy my vegan protein shake? I don't know. How I stop my kids from weeping while their Zoom is not working. I haven't. They're still crying. Their dad was supposed to be helping them, but now he's playing PlayStation. So I feel like I'm going to have to get up and do Canvas and then get up and like deal with the crises in my house for a few minutes. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Phoebe. It's so much easier to use notes in your iPhone to scan things than an app. It's built in and it goes directly into your documents in an easier way to find when you're uploading things for iPhone people. Anyone else? We got 1 more minute. I wasn't here when this started. We are coming back at 9:30. It won't be the same link. Mariana, I'm going to send out. So let me be explicitly clear. We are going to do a break from 9 to 9:30 for you to complete the syllabus quiz and the scavenger hunt. And if you already have your book, start your workbook too. And start your workbook, chapter 1. If you got that, do it. If you got it, do it. So that's what I'm going to give you that half hour for. And then I'm hoping I will pray that we all meet on Zoom. But I don't think that's going to happen. So if we can't meet on Zoom, if we cannot meet on Zoom at 9:29 a.m., I will send a new link to YouTube. So it'll be a new video. And for those of you who logged in late, like this is nuts, right? It does not hurt you. You are not in trouble for logging in late. I recorded this, so it will be there. Our class will be able to watch it. You'll be able to see. I mean, I'm figuring out as I go. I had a whole class set up this morning with Kahoots and polls and videos and live sharing, and we didn't do any of that, right? You just listen to me talk for 90 minutes. So I get that you're frustrated. I'm frustrated too. I'm just making sure I'm giving you what you need. And if there's something I'm not giving you, I need you to communicate that to me. Like if I'm going over things, but you still lack clarity, please let me know so that I can try and focus on some of those issues. But it is 9:01, so this is your time. I am ending the stream at 9:29. I will message you through Remind. For those of you who logged on late, I use remind.com to message people. The instructions are in your email. Please check it. And I think that's it. Okay, I will see you at 9:29. Go get those quizzes and those scavenger hunts and those workbooks done. You can do it. I'm so proud of you for being here. We're going to make it through the next 2 months. We got this.